This method works over 2 rounds. We'll call them the rounds of carrying up the yarn. We can work these rounds one after the other, but it's usually easier and better to place 1 or 2 plain rounds between the rounds of carrying up the yarn. And plan your sequence in such a way that you change the color between stripes in one of those rounds, the rounds of carrying up the yarn. For example, when I changed the color over here, I worked 1 plain round without doing anything at all to the strands. And then I started my first round of carrying up the yarn, which is also very much like the plain round, but I stopped when I got to the last 2 stitches of this round. And that's when I'm gonna twist the strands. We always twist the strands to the left, like this, because this is the only way we can make sure that the twists don't show through the fabric on the right side of the work. So we always twist to the left. So we bring the unused strand over the main color and to the back of it, like this, and then pick up the main color again and finish the round. If this is the round where you change the color of the yarn, simply pick the next color, and you can use more than 2 strands actually. So pick the color that you need for the next stripe and continue working. And because we twisted the yarns over here already, the color that you pick, it will come from the right, not from the bottom of the fabric. And that ensures that you don't get any holes over here when at the spot where we change the color. I'm gonna continue to work in the same golden color, and the next round is gonna be my plain round, because I space the rounds of carrying up the yarn with 1 plain round. So I worked 1 plain round here, then the first round of carrying up the yarn. Now I'm gonna work the plain round again. And you can work in any stitch pattern. I'm just being lazy here, so I work in stockinette stitch, but it could be any stitch pattern you like. Simply work all stitches to the end of the round. So this is my plain round, and I just continue working. I don't do anything to the strands again, no twists, nothing. I simply keep working on the next round, and this round is gonna be the second round of carrying up the yarn. Mostly it is the same as the plain round. We don't do anything at all until we get to the very end of the round. And here's the end of the second round of carrying up the yarn, which was basically quite plain. But at the end of this round, we twist the strands again, and we do it again to the left in the same direction. So we twist the strands, and then we pick up the yarn that we need. If you continue to work in the same color, then you do the same twist as the one we did in the previous round of carrying up the yarn, and continue working. If you change the color after this round, then twist the yarns, and then to make another twist, another cross, and then pick up the other color and continue working on the new stripe. So what happens, why all this hassle, twisting the yarns in different places? When we do that, the yarn is carried up, not in a strand, not in one ridge, but in kind of like a zigzaggy pattern. And that gives us, first, the elasticity of the fabric. See, in this spot where the yarn is carried up, the fabric is as elastic as anywhere else in the project. Besides, because we do this zigzag pattern, we don't form a thick ridge in one place. We kind of dissolve it, and that makes it more comfortable, especially in socks and baby projects. And another good thing about this method, as we already know, is that the colors don't show through on the right side of the work. So this is a great method to use when you need to carry up several strands, because the ridge is not straight, it is more kind of dissolved. Then we can afford to carry even several strands, and the ridge won't be uncomfortable. The only drawback of this method is the fact that we always twist the strands in the same direction, and that means the balls eventually get twisted. but we avoid having dozens of little yarn tails to weave in. And compared to that, untwisting the balls of yarns every now and then is not such a big issue. To get the full tutorial about this method, go to 10roseday.com/carry-yarn-up-round. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.